Good boy. He made the turn without needing assistance. That's good. We did come out here yesterday. The horse next door is not there anymore, but the cows were out. I don't see the cows today. He must have moved them. I was looking for them. Watch where you're walking, please. Thank you. So 80 million squirrels out here. Ground squirrels. There's holes everywhere. So be careful. I know the sun's hitting him right in the face. I know. Poor Dwende. He's got bad lighting. Oh, there he is. There's Dwende. Hey, so if you're new here, I'm a Northern California adult amateur dressage rider. That is my 2-year-old baby, Dwende. Don't forget the thumbs up, subscribe thing, share. Sharing is caring. So anyway, I'm going to do some barn chores tonight. The boys need their braids done. So it's been a minute. We've had horrible weather, and so their manes have gotten a bit out of control. Yes, your mane has gotten out of control. Yes, and he needs a groom. Yes, he does. He needs a groom. I guess we could do you first. I will put him over here so he can munch on some hay while I get my materials. He's very impatient. Very impatient. All right, let me get my stuff. Hey, excuse you. Excuse you. Very impatient. They've already been out today. We've had some terrible storms, cold weather. I know, very unusual. Yes, it's terrible. Don't nibble. So they've been kind of cooped up for a couple of days, and babies don't like to be cooped up. Babies want to be outside doing fun things like eating grass and playing with your friends and rolling in the sand and back up, all the fun stuff. Come here. Come. So he's already been outside with Oreo, and they were playing for a couple hours today. They desperately needed to be outside and play. Hey, excuse you. So you can see, this is my baby. Yes, it's very big. All right, let's put him over here. He's going to be on the tie over here. Come here. So he can eat some hay. Come here. There you go. So I like to put him over here on the tie. I got your little coinkydink here. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can get it leveled out a little bit. There we go. Hey, thanks for coming. Don't forget the whole like thing. It helps the algorithm. You know, it's all about algorithms. And I'm going to be doing some more lives as we can, because we've got some cruddy weather for a couple more days, and then we're going to be back to sun and hope Northern California. We have a different level of winter cold and warm than other places, so it's okay. Anyway, this is Dwende, my 2-year-old baby. He is a pure race Espanol, pure Spanish horse or Andalusian. He is bred by Rancho El Marengo in Southern California, a very high-end breeder of pure Spanish horses that excel at the C-cab, which is the kind of the world world, you know, championship of pure Spanish horses in Seville, Spain. They have very high winning, high performing horses, and I purchased him as a foal. So he will be starting his ridden career over the winter, this next coming winter, 26 into 27. And then he'll start his career in 27 and 28. So he is coming along behind Oreo, who is my 5-year-old, soon to be 6-year-old, current competition horse. And we've got some fun stuff coming up. So I've been spending the last few days on a special project. So when I was at my lesson on Friday, my trainer sent a text and I was getting the messages on my watch and I was like, well, what is it? So I only saw bits and pieces of the message while I was warming Oreo up. And I saw that it was a challenge to do musical freestyle at the Butte County, it's the Butte County Pony Club fundraiser schooling show on March 8th, which is in about 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, that'd be fun. I've been wanting to do a musical freestyle anyway. And I was like, okay, challenge accepted, because he challenged all of us that he trains. My trainer's 23 years old, by the way. He's a under 25 rider in this country, and he's trying to qualify for Aachen in Germany, which is a big championship. Anyway, you will probably be seeing my trainer at the Olympics someday. So be forewarned. But anyway, he's super, super type A, OCD, kind of like me. But anyway, so he challenged us to do this freestyle. And what I didn't know at the time until much later when I actually read the text is it said that if he's going to actually do a freestyle on his up-and-coming horse in PRE St. George, the music is all levels all together in one class, so we're all against each other. There's different criteria for the levels, but anyway, we're all kind of against each other. So he said if we beat him, whoever wins the class gets 4 free lessons. So I was like, oh, awesome. Brazil, super. So you guys have Lusitanos in Brazil. You do also have PREs, but there's a lot, I think, more Lusitanos in Brazil. Well, thanks for coming. Brazil's cool. I watched some of your dressage riders and some of your jumpers. And hi, thanks for coming. So anyway, so that was our fun little thing. So that dropped Friday. So then I was like, oh, I've never done a freestyle. I had to go look up the rules, had to go get the score sheet, had to figure out what I needed. And then I had to write out a floor plan, you know, because you have to write your own test, basically. So I had to come up with this creative floor plan, and then I had to come up with the music, and I already kind of knew what my intro music was going to be, and I'll probably leave that for you guys for another live. I'll probably do the, so it's probably the show where we do the music and all that stuff. I'll probably show you guys the routine after the fact, but we're probably going to do it, depending on how it works, we're probably going to do it at a rated show in April. So anyway, so I got my music, had to time it out, rode through the floor plan a couple times in this horrid weather we've had. It was 19-mile-an-hour winds, it was cold, we got hail. Had to ride through, kind of get an idea of the timing, didn't like the way the floor plan went. Rode the next day, didn't really like the way it flowed, made some changes while I was riding it. And then have been cutting music clips the whole time and putting those, I had to download another program in order to download the music that I wanted to use from Pandora. And it's a huge thing to do a musical freestyle. It's a whole thing. So I've literally spent like 5 days just working on the floor plan, writing it through, coming up with the music, timing the music out, getting the music so that it fit the motions of the routine and the floor plan, and I think we're good now. So we're going to ride it next weekend. No, 2 weekends. So in 2 weeks we're going to be riding this. So and plus we have first level test 3 regular test, which I don't really know that well either. So we're going to be doing 3 tests that day at the schooling show, and it's a fundraiser, so it's all for fun. And we're all going to be having just a good time and probably lots of laughing and, you know, giving each other a hard time, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be a lot of that involved. So anyway, that is what I've been working on for the last week. Been all-consuming, but I think we're good. So anyway, Dwende is in the ready, and I'm going to get his grooming materials. We're going to take out his braids that he has in there now, what's left of them. Take those out. We're going to put some conditioner in, spray the conditioner in, brush it through, and then rebraid him. And we're going to do that with Oreo as well. So anyway, if you're new here, thanks for coming. Don't forget the thumbs up thing. It's kind of important. This year's mission, just so that you know, this mission on our channel this year is to monetize this account. And I'm just being honest with you, the show entries are very expensive. Even for the schooling show, it's hundreds of dollars. 3 classes at a rated show is $1,000 and up. I work full-time, you know, and plus I'm spending a lot of money on lessons and this and that. So my goal is to have my watch hours get to the level where I can monetize the account. So in order to do that, you have to have 4,000 watch hours, which is ludicrous. I mean, people end up monetizing their accounts by accident. They'll have one video that they didn't think much of that goes viral, and then all of a sudden they get monetized. It hasn't happened. I've had videos do really well, thousands of views, 30,000 views, but not to the level of getting the watch hours. So anyway, I'm just being honest with you. So that's why I'm doing a bunch of lives. The live streams help me get the channel out there to people that don't know about the channel. So I can run the lives after I'm done filming them. I can put them all together and I can run them 24 hours for a week. And that way people that didn't know about the channel or had not come across my channel before maybe would see it when they're scrolling. So I'm trying to broaden the audience, and I'm trying to get my watch hours up. So, you know, if you want to help, you can always put the video on, any of my videos on, in another tab on your computer. You can mute them if you want, and just let them run for a couple hours. That would help tremendously. So anyway, I really appreciate everybody coming. Let me get my stuff. And we're going to go start braiding Mr. Dwende before he eats all of that hay, because he's a big boy. He's big. He's got a big belly. He's not as fat as he was. He is getting some time out and grazing and walking around more, so he's starting to burn off some of his baby fat, which he needs to do. He's still fat. I know, fat shaming. I shouldn't be fat shaming him, but he is a porky. He's porky. He's big, but he's porky too. So anyway, eating his hay. Let me move you a little closer, and I'm going to move you close enough where he can't eat the camera. So when you're dealing with him, it's very important to keep the camera outside of his range, because he will come over here and chew on it, because he's a baby. So all right, let me get my stuff. I got my mounting block because he's too big. I need a mounting block to stand up next to him to do his mane. And then we're going to take care of his mane. But thanks for coming. This all helps the channel, getting the algorithm to recognize that, hey, people kind of like the content, and, you know, helps other people find it. That's the goal this year. Get more people to see the content and to help us. And then once we get out to the shows, I may do some live broadcasting from the shows, which would be kind of fun, because then you can see, you know, if the rest of my team wants to participate. That would be really funny, because we do a lot of funny stuff. We're a very fun group, let's put it that way. And I'm the oldest in the group. All right, let me get my stuff. Enough talking. Nobody wants to see me talking. You guys want to see the horse. So let me get my brush. I got to get this. So let me show you my tools. So we've got This is a conditioner. It's a spray-on conditioner. It's called Canter Mane and Tail. And I spray that in. This is my brush, my mane and tail brush, and these are my rubber bands. So we will take out his mess that he's got in there right now, and we will put the new ones in. So what I do generally is I put the bands on my fingers, so that way I can just pull them off my fingers when I'm getting to the point where I'm braiding him. So I just slip them onto my fingers, like 3 per finger, and try to get all the braids in before I lose the feeling in my fingers. I usually put like, let's see, 6, 7, 8. So 8 or 9 bands I put on my fingers, and then I'll just keep these in my pocket. So if I need any more, I've got them there. So let me go ahead and get these out. You should be able to see what I'm doing. He is kind of messy. And he's going to come over here and check it out. Hi, come here. You can see how big he is. Yes, you're very large. You're very large. And he is a big baby. Yes, he is. So you can see how big he is. He is 16 one hands at 2 years old. And you can see how big his chest is. Like, his chest is as wide as this part of my arm. So he's pretty big. Yes, you are. You're very big. All right, let me get these braids out, and then we can fix the mane. He is quite dirty. It's that until we get temperatures at 70 and above, I don't like to bathe them because I don't like the cold water, and I don't like putting cold water on my horses when it's not warm enough for them to dry adequately. So that's why I wait until it's over 70 degrees before, and we have enough time between the bath and the horse is able to dry. So I mean, it could be 70 degrees for an hour, but then if it's 40 degrees, you know, within 2 hours and they're still wet, I don't like that. So anyway, I don't do a lot of bathing in the winter because of that. We just don't have a long enough time span, because like we've had a couple days that were 78, 79 before the storms came in, which was great, but it was only that temperature for a very short period of time, so for like an hour. And then as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature drops pretty rapidly. So it wouldn't have been very nice to have them be wet and then have the temperatures get cold. It just, I'm kind of funny that way. I don't like my horses cold. And I don't want to, especially this one, he hasn't had a jacket on yet. And I mean, I've put it on. He's had a jacket on in the trailer, like when we went over to my trainer's for some work, and he got wet and sweaty. So I did put a cooler on him. So he's had a jacket on briefly, but not overnight, and not in the stable and that sort of thing. So, oh, he's got knots in here. These have been in here for a while, but he rubs quite a bit, so I like to keep them in. So this is what happens. You have them in for a while, and then you brush them out and you get clumps. So, because he does quite a bit of rubbing, and that's why he's got this little space here that's not very nice. It's not very attractive, but it's to try to get the hair to grow without him breaking it all off. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We're brushing this out. Huh, yes. And then he's got some that's landing on the opposite side of the neck. So by keeping it braided, I can keep all the mane on the same side. I don't like it when it's on both sides. But he's got these 3 here that haven't been disturbed, so they're really long. And as he gets older, they're just going to get longer and thicker. And then, of course, his tail's getting longer as he's getting older. It's customary for these horses to have their tail hair and their mane hair shaved completely off when they're foals. It's so that they can identify the colts. It's kind of tradition. So they do that for the colts, and then for the fillies, they take the mane off also, but they put like a little tassel at the end of the filly tail, so they leave a little bit of hair at the end of the tail if it's a filly. So that's kind of what they do. Can you guys see okay? Yeah, it looks like you can see okay. Yeah, so let's get these other ones out. And I try to like brush them out because they've been in for a while and they get kind of compact. So I try to brush them out as I go. And then we will go to the conditioner, put that in. You can see his hair is kind of dirty. But the conditioner will at least put a little bit of good stuff into the hair, even though it is dirty. But like I said, once we get to nice weather again, it is only February, so you know, it takes a minute. And then we'll be able to get a full bath again. And then we'll be able to put some good shampoo in here and clean all the dirt off. And look at that. Isn't that nice? So eventually he'll have a nice long mane throughout the whole thing. So you can see how he's rubbed it here. That's kind of a bummer. But we were hoping to show him this year in June. Unfortunately, the PRE show that's local is the same weekend as the regional adult competition that I will be at in out of town. So that means we won't be able to show him, which is unfortunate. And I let the people know that are hosting the event that that's kind of unfortunate that they picked the same weekend as a big competition down in the Sacramento area. So, you know, anyway. All right, let's see. If we get a little closer. I don't want to get you too close because if he gets over here, he's going to mess around with the camera. All right, so now we're going to get some of the spray. And put that on his mane. Stop. Stop. Hey, come here. Stop. Come here. Come here. Come here. And I try to get it as high as I can so that way I can get like the new growth. Here's all this extra hair and I got to get a hold of. I know, that's a lot of extra hair there. All right. Okay, let's move him over. Forgot my little handy dandy. You can see this bit of hair was on the other side, so I had to pull that over. Yeah. Let's pull your hair over. It's supposed to be over here. Yeah, it's really thick. He has really thick hair. There we go. I'll pull that over. See if we can get the brush through there. Let's get some more hair that's coming out. Yeah, now we just brush this through, and that way it'll help improve the hair a little bit. I know, got quite a bit of it here. This stuff out a week or so ago. I just haven't had a chance to put it all back together. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I know. Ugh. Yeah, come here, can you put your head down, please? Thank you. There you go. Okay. All right. So let me get the little hair clip thing that I use, and then we'll get up there and start braiding. So I use this little hair thing. So I use this little scrunchy thing to hold the hair. So that way it hangs onto it while I'm going down to do the braids. Stop. Hey, stop. I know. Don't like it. Whatever. No big deal. No big deal. I know it is wet, but I gotta get that moisture into the hair. Come here, put your head down. Head down. Head down. Thank you. I gotta get that moisture into his hair so it can kind of hold that moisture into his hair while it's in the braids. You can see how long it is here. Well, it's going to be really nice when it's grown in at some point. All right, let me get up on my mounting block. We'll start working on your braids. He's quite tall, so yes, I know. Come here. Come here. Eat your hay. There you go. I need to start at the top. Let me turn my block around. It'll fall. That would be a bummer. There we go. Okay. So we're going to try to start up here. Take this chunk here, and then we'll put the grabber back here. This holds the hair kind of out of the way so I can work. Come here. Come here. Come here. And then it's quite thick. I try to get kind of even chunks of it to braid it. Easier said than done when he's pulling away from me here. But you wanted to go first, so you're going first. And I usually do Oreo first. Oreo's only takes about 40 minutes. His hair is longer, but he's used to being braided more often. Huh. Could you not walk away, please? Yeah? Could you come up here? Yeah. I have to move. That's the thing with him, is that I have to move around a few times to follow him as I'm doing his braids. Hey. Hey. Stop that. Come here. Fall on my face. Come here. Try to braid it down as close to the bottom as possible, and then put the rubber bands on it. And the rubber bands do break if he's rubbing or pulling on it somehow. Like, he likes to rub his head in the stall door area. Yes, you do. And then he ends up breaking these little bands off, getting his hair undone. Hey. Oops. Okay, one done. One. Like 7 more to go. Hi there. Oh, thank you. His name is Dwende, which actually means like a little spirit or a little imp or something like that, but he's anything but small. He's quite large. Let me see if I can move you over, because he keeps moving. So let's move you over here so you can kind of see a little better of what we're doing. Keep moving on me. Yeah. You can stay over here so I can get your braids done. And then I've got my little thing here. So we'll do this section because it's pretty short. And then we'll get to the longer stuff. Yeah. Yeah, somebody was like, he's not a Dwende. Well, that's what his name is. So My husband calls him Dwayne. My trainer teases me and calls him Dwayne because he knows my husband calls him Dwayne. So, but I call him Dwende. Everybody else can call him Dwayne if they want. As long as he doesn't miss a meal, he'll come to whatever anybody calls him, huh? You don't care. So this is the area that he likes to rub in his doorway. So this is the shorter section. And then we'll get to the longer section here in a minute. So, but yeah, he's always rubbing. He get itchy. He's very itchy. Yes, you are. He's a very itchy boy. We're just trying to get this section to grow. So we're trying to keep it braided. All right. Let's get a band off of here. Yeah, you see how short this one is compared to the other one. But, yeah, he's a big silly baby. There, you can see it's like a third of the size of the first one. All right, let's get this next section. There we go. Yeah, this section's longer than it was, but it's still a little short because it's still in the rubbing area that he likes to rub on the doorway. But having him outside and grazing more, now that once the storms pass, I can go back outside during the day to graze. It stops him from rubbing because he's outside eating grass all day. So that'll help get the hair evened out as he gets older. But for now, it just looks a little funny because it's shorter than the others. Okay, let's get this one. So yeah, this one's about the same size as that second one, so it's short. But it's getting there. He's got some longer pieces here. But yeah, while you're joining us, don't forget the like and subscribe and share thing. Helps out the channel because we're trying to beef up the channel this year. Doing a lot more of live content. Quite frankly, it's easier for me to do live content because I work full time and editing videos, and it's just time consuming. So I find that it's easier for me to just run the lives, and I can share some content and talk to you guys and see what you like and tell you about the horses, and then we have the sheep, which we're lambing right now. We've got 10 babies, 10 lambs. We got 1 ewe left to lamb, and then we'll be done with our 2026 lambing event. Will be over. We just have a small farm, so we have 6 ewes, and I've got most of the lambs are already spoken for. I have a previous customer that has asked for up to 10 lambs to grow his flock from my flock, so that's quite exciting. And, so that's always nice when you have return customers, or actually I've had people come that have met other customers of mine from previous lambing cycles and have gotten lambs from them and then from me, and so it's always fun. Small farming community. Most of the sheep that I have or that I grow are for wildfire reduction. So this is the valley and the foothills area is very susceptible to wildfires. So we have the sheep to keep the vegetation under control so that we don't have big fires on our properties. So it's to help mitigate fire damage and wildfires in the area. So But yeah, they're very effective. They eat the trees and the bushes and everything. The donkeys are helpful too. They trim all the lower branches and all the stuff that would be susceptible to fire going up the trees. So they get rid of all the low hanging stuff and trim everything back and keep it manageable. And they keep the grounds under control. We very rarely have to use the lawnmower. About the only lawn mowing we do is on the outside of the property where the sheep can't get, because that's where the grass gets really tall. But inside the property, the whole 5 acres, the sheep and donkeys take care of all of it for us. And both neighbors have goats, and other neighbors on the street have horses and cows. So we're in a pretty good area where everybody is managing to make sure that they keep the possibility for wildfires low. And yeah, fire is quite scary. Could you not look at it? You can see this one is much longer than the others that I just did. It's got a lot more. You can eat the stuff in the hay bag. That's why it's there. Eat the stuff in the hay bag. You don't need the stuff on the floor. Thank you. I know, just a couple more braids. I think we have 3 more to do. You see how much longer this one is. Look at that one. So much longer than the other ones. Eventually his hair will all be really long. But he's just a baby. So next year he'll start looking more mature. He's just a baby for right now, huh? All right, let's get this next one going. And then there's a break here where they have a natural kind of a break with the neck to the wither that I try to make sure I don't put a braid on top of where they need to stretch down to eat. So it's kind of in this area. So like this section here that I'm doing, you probably can't see it really well, but I try to have a break like here so he can put his neck down. See his neck goes down there? Hey, you're supposed to be eating out of your, no, hey, shh. Eat out of your, eat up here. Eat up here. It's the same stuff. I know, it's on the floor, you want it, but eat up here. Eat up here. Yeah, so I try to keep this little bit of a break area, so the braid before and after, so he can put his head down when he's grazing. So it doesn't like pull against him putting his head down, that sort of thing. It's really kind of more of a big issue when we're showing. I have to make sure when I do my braids, I come back to this area and stop, and then I have a braid from the wither back. So that way when we do the stretch walk, Oreo can put his head down without it pulling on the braids. He gets irritated when the braids are tight for the show and it's pulling on his mane. You know, got to keep him comfortable. You know, we expect him to perform, so we have to make sure that we accommodate his needs. And, yeah, this is another long one. So you can see eventually all the hair is going to be quite long. It's just kind of in this intermediary stage. But he's still a little chunky, but not as bad as he was. He was really kind of obese over the winter, which is not ideal. Yeah, so I got to make sure that you're walking around, getting exercise. And had to pull, like he's eating alfalfa now, which has got a lot of protein in it. And the grass outside, it's got a lot of cow grass, it's got a lot of protein. But as long as he's out moving around and actively grazing, he's burning some of the calories that he's eating. In here, I try to limit the amount of alfalfa he gets because he's just standing around and just eating. So he doesn't need a lot of protein if he's just standing around stuffing his face, you know. Kind of like sitting in front of the TV eating a bunch of chips and ice cream. Yeah, we don't need that. All right, so we've got, I think we've got at least 2 more here. One here and one here. So we're almost done. We're almost done. And then we'll get Oreo out. And Oreo's, like I said, he's used to having it done. And doesn't take that long. The baby is wiggly, so he takes a little bit more patience. And then this one, because it's on the wither and he's going to be moving around, I don't put it in as tight at the base, and then I make it a little snug as we get further down. That way he can move his neck around and graze and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, he always looks so much more handsome and like more mature looking when he's got all his braids in. It's very cute. And you can see that nothing about him is small. He's a big boy. He's a very big boy. His father's name is Artista, and I think his mother's name is like Zangao or something like that. And Artista is out of Duque or Moor, which is a very famous PRE stallion. Very, very heavily used in Spain. Produces super high quality. And Artista is very high quality. Yes, very high quality daddy that you have. And then your mommy is very well bred too. Oh, let's get this last braid in. You can see, look at that. Look at those braids there. Isn't that pretty? And you got hay on your belly. Because of course you do. You're so dirty. Yeah, he's having fun outside, rolling around, having a good time with Oreo out in the round pen. The ground is too squishy to let them out into the pasture right now. So they can go out in the round pen, but that's about it right now. Round pen and the arena have the best footing. Everything else is too squishy. And if they're on the squishy ground, then their hooves will tear up the ground, and the grass won't be as good because it'll be all tore up. So we're keeping them off of that right now until we get a few days of dry weather and the ground will hold itself together, and then they can go back out. So probably maybe next weekend they can go back out and start grazing. Last braid there, Mr. Man. Last one. And it's uneven, so we're just going to make it fairly short because it's right here over the wither anyway. So we'll make it fairly short. Yeah, that should be good. And then we'll leave that little tuft there. And he's had equipment on. I can lean over him and do stuff. And he's a very good boy. Yes, he is. Yes, you are. Very good boy. He shouldn't be too difficult to start his ridden career next year. He should be pretty good. And what's your tail looking like, huh? Yeah, what's your tail looking like? I know your hair's a mess. Your hair's a mess. He says, I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby horse. I'm just a baby horse. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay. Let me move this because he will try to knock it over. And I will put him back in his house. Put you right here. Whoops, I guess maybe here. I gotta let that foot down. Okay, I'm gonna put him back in his stall right here. Yes, you can go back in your stall. And we'll go get Oreo out. This type of stuff I like to do. Come on, when the weather's icky, I just come in here, get their braids done, get off your poo-poo, and just do some fun stuff. There you go. Come here. Come here. Come here. And then I try to have him tilt his head to me, give, and then I can let him go. Yeah. So I try to do all the stuff that we're going to expect him to do when we start his ridden career with the bridle and all that stuff. I start asking him to do that now with the halter in his pre-ridden career, his baby phase. Okay, so now it is Mr. Oreo's turn. You see, he's all satisfied with himself. All right, we're going to get Oreo out. And we're going to, yes, Oreo, it's your turn. Get his braids done. His are much longer. Come here. What are you doing? Huh? It's your stinky poo-poo. Is it your stinky poo-poo? Come here. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, I try to keep Oreo, his bridle path and his mane kind of a little more maintained because he's in work. Come on. And he's going to start showing again in a couple weeks. So I try to keep him together. Now his mane is on the other side. So Oreo's mane is on the opposite side, so I have to move the camera to the other side. So let me just move this over. So I have to reposition. That way you can see him here. Level that out for you. There. So there's Oreo. Like I said, he is 5 years old, soon to be 6. He is clipped because he's in work and he doesn't like sweating. So he gets irritable when he's sweating from work and he's got a lot of hair. He's really grumpy. So this year I took the time to clip him. So if you watch my previous lives or the 24-hour live special that I just ran, you can see me doing some of the clipping if you're interested in that. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I might actually have to take this off. So he's got a couple of braids that are sitting under his jacket, so we'll just take the jacket off. And then you can see him. And his hair is grown, he's grown a little bit of it back, but nowhere near like it was before he was clipped. He was very shaggy. Let's see, quite a bit of backlighting issues here. Let's see if it's a little better. Is that a little better? A little better. All right. So, and these have been breaking, so we'll just take these out. What are you doing? All right, let's see if we can put that like there. Is that better? Let me know what you think. I think that's a little better. And like I said, he's in work, so he's braided more frequently. And then this is just taking the braids out. I just like to brush through them. Take them out. Now I could just do one at a time and then re-braid it, but I do like to pull it all out, comb through it, and then spray it with the conditioner and get rid of all the extra hair. You can see this one, he's already lost the rubber band's already broken. The rubber band's broken on the next one too. So they don't stay in very long, and then we just brush them out. You can see he gets this done frequently, so it's fairly easy to do. And you can see how long the mane is on a 5-year-old than it was on the 2-year-old. So gives you some idea how much growth they get in their mane and tail as they get older. And I just like to kind of brush through it and get some of the, just free up some of the hair a little bit. And just get some of the the other hair out of there. This one out. You can see how long this one is. Yeah. So we do this. I try to do his braids about every 2 weeks, but I think he's a little bit longer this cycle. I think I let it go a little longer because the weather hasn't been that fantastic. But generally, I like to do them about every 2 weeks. And that keeps them pretty neat. No, he likes to also, he likes to play with the light switch. Yes, I know you do. Plays with the light switch in the tack-up area. Come here. Yeah, you can see how long his hair is. It's got to be over, it's probably closer to 3 feet long. In some sections, it's pretty long. But I've had him braided since he was 2. Occasionally, I let his hair out every so often when he's had a few days off and he's not training. I'll let him have his hair down for a couple days and then put it back up. Because it's so long, it's very difficult to ride because your reins get caught up in it with it being this long. So it needs to be braided in order to ride appropriately. Because, yeah, that's a lot of hair. So it's beautiful, but you just have to manage it. You have to manage it. Yeah. All right. Take this one out. This one out. I think he's got 9 in here. Sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's more. I think lately we've been doing 9 just to keep the braids smaller so they're not as chunky. And when we show, obviously we can't show with braids like this, and we can't show with the mane down because it's either mane down or mane up. That's the rule change, and he has too much mane to have it down. So we do a running braid. We just do a single braid along the top, and then it comes down, and then we do a single one here. This is his everyday braids, so we do them individually. So that's why they look like this. It'd be nice if I could show him with the individual braids, but it wouldn't meet the rules. So we have to put the running braid in when we show, and it has to be in pretty snug in order to keep it to stay in, when we do the test and the warm up. This next show that we're doing, we're doing I mentioned it earlier. We're doing the Pony Club fundraiser, the Butte County Pony Club fundraiser show on March 8th at my trainer's place, which is cool. And then we've got a rated show at Rancho Marietta in the Sacramento area on the following weekend. I think it's like the 10th to the 12th or something like that, whatever that is. 12th to the 14th, I don't know. Whatever that next weekend is. We've got that. Hi, sweetie. And then we're showing again in April. I don't know if we're doing, there's another schooling show at the end of March. I don't know if we're doing that one or not, but I know we're doing a show in April. We're supposed to be doing a show in May. I don't know which show. There's literally a show every single weekend in May at 3 different locations, all in the Sacramento area, but there's quite a few shows in May. It's like our biggest month is in May in this area. And then we have the the regional adult amateur competition in June. So that's a week long, well, 4 days, we'll be there 4 days. And then we're training for nationals in September. So June will be our last show until September. And then we do the Horse of the Year, and so it's California Dressage, Society Horse of the Year in September, and then at the same time, it's also the U.S. Dressage Federation Regional. So we're hoping to qualify for that at this March show. We need, I think it's 2 scores of 60 something, whatever it is, 63 or something, I don't even know, 62 something. So we're doing that in March to qualify for the shows in September. And then after the September shows, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break from showing because he's going to start learning his lead changes, his flying changes. So my trainer is probably going to take him and start him, and then I'll have to learn how to do the changes, obviously, because I'm an adult amateur, and I have never been high enough in the training to have a horse that was doing changes, especially since this horse, we are training to be Grand Prix. We are not training him just for first level. His training is very strict because we're training him to be a Grand Prix horse, not just a low-level, entry-level horse. He's being trained for Grand Prix. So he is doing piaffe passage. He's doing a pirouette canter. He's got his extensions are really good already, which we'll have those extensions all the way through to Grand Prix. So those are already there. And then, of course, the changes have to be correct. So because the changes will kill you with your score if they're not clean and they're not correct. They have to change cleanly every time. They have to be on your aids. So he is going to start learning his changes, we decided, after National in September. So it can take a year to 18 months to teach the changes. So when you see horses having, errors and stuff at competitions, there's a variety of reasons for it. It could be that maybe the horse was doing well in training, but then when you got back out to the show environment, you find out that maybe the training wasn't as solid as you thought it was. So you have to kind of go back to the drawing board. We're trying to make sure that everything he does from here forward is absolutely correct, is at a high quality. So like in training when we're doing a shoulder in, my trainer wants him doing an 8 or a 9 in training for shoulder in. So that way in the show we could get at least 7s through the whole test. So he's wanting me to get 68 to 70% on our tests, which is really raising the bar for me because I've not had a consistent trainer until now that knew dressage and certainly didn't know how to train for an 8. So this is all new territory for me, but it's also, come here, it's also because I want this horse, I'm hoping this horse is going to go Grand Prix, and he's very talented. If you watch any of the videos on my channel, you'll see his early development has been quite rocky. It's been very challenging, and it's because this horse is so talented. Getting the best out of him has taken time, and it's not been easy. As everybody told me, the good ones are difficult when they're young. Hey, that's enough. Dwende has problems with his mane because he's over there banging around in his doorway. But yeah, this horse is already doing most of the work that he needs to for the beginning of the FEI test, which is pre-St. George. He's got most everything he needs, except we haven't done the changes yet. So once we do the changes, and the changes are good, my trainer said by the end of 27 is when he thinks we'll be ready to come back out at 3rd level. And Hey. And we should be able to do third, fourth, and then in 28. Hey. Quit. Back up. In 28, we should be able to start the FEI classes towards Grand Prix. So that's enough. No, that's enough. So I have to keep him out of the doorway because he's becoming annoying. So anyway, yeah, so it takes on average about 5 years to develop a Grand Prix horse, or develop a horse for dressage, let alone Grand Prix. So figure his 6-year-old, 7-year-old year, he'll be learning the changes. He's a little behind developmentally from where you would normally start your changes and that sort of thing. So he's a little behind, but he's a May baby, so that's fine. And we don't want to start the changes yet because we've had some behavior to get through, because he has had a tendency to say no. He's at the point now where we're doing all the piaffe and passage work that he's actually trying. He's actually trying really hard. He's doing some exceptional work. We can do the piaffe passage because you start all that in hand. And come here. And he's now transitioning to being able to do it under saddle. And we started that in December before Christmas. And here we are in February, and he's doing piaffe passage under saddle. I mean, it's not ready for the show yet, but that's Grand Prix work. And he has quite a talent for it, which I knew, that he was a very talented horse. He had the ability was there. We just had to tap into it and get him to produce it. And now he's doing that. And oddly enough, by having him do the harder work, it's made all the other work come better. It's like we had to start doing harder things with him, much more higher level collection work for him to be able to kind of put it together. I think he was bored at training level and first level, and we didn't challenge him enough because he had too many behavioral issues at the time. But now he's doing really well. Isn't he pretty? Look at how pretty his mane is. Isn't that pretty? I know, it's very pretty. All right, I got to get your, I'm going to spray you. Put your conditioner on. Yeah, put your conditioner on. I know. There we go. And I like to, like I said, get it at the top, so that way I get the conditioner down into the mane when the mane is braided up. Yeah, I know. It's all fuzzy. It's all fuzzy. Come here. Isn't he pretty? Yeah. There. Yeah, he's used to getting his mane done more often. So, yes, you're much better about this. Yes, come here. It's very pretty. That's why I like to have it down every so often when he's got some downtime. I just put his mane down and let him look around, do his Fabio thing, so he can look all pretty. Run around, shake his hair, wild and free. Yeah. There you go. And it's still kind of bound up a little bit under there. Trying to get some of the stuff free. There. Isn't that pretty? Okay. All right, so now I'm going to get my tools out. and get my my braids out, my elastics out. And he takes roughly 9 elastics. And like I said, I just put them on my fingers. So what do you guys think? Isn't he pretty? Isn't he pretty with his mane down? I think he looks very pretty. Alright, so that's 6, 7, 8. We need one more. Get 9. There we go. Okay. My trainer's so funny. He's like, I don't mean to be rude, but you're an amateur rider. I'm like, well, yeah, I know I'm an amateur rider because I work full time. So I'm not a professional rider like he is. He rides, a whole bunch of horses every day. I don't. All right, so let's get this going here. He's going to give me some dirty looks. I know. Okay. Stop. I think I need it a little bit more than that. Come here. Come here. Stop. I need a handful. I try to get like a handful and then put the clip in to hold the rest of it back. Get this part started. You can see I've got his bridle path. I keep it fairly short because he is in regular training. Come here. Come here. There we go. So, can you see that okay? Yeah, so we're going to start up here and work our way down, just like we did with Dwende. There we go. We've got quite a few big competitions going on in Wellington and Doha and Germany, so I've got some dressage shows and stuff to watch. Later, I use this app called Clip My Horse, and I get to watch dressage competitions from wherever they're happening, that they're recording them in the world, which is nice. It's quite helpful. And the world #1, or the dressage queen, who's been #1 since like the 90s, Isabel Vert, she is in Wellington, Florida right now. Just won the qualifier today or yesterday. It was yesterday. Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. I was watching the PRE St. George. I like to watch the competitions of the horses that are being developed and coming up, to see what people are developing. There's not a lot of development with young horses that happens in the U.S. Most of the people, because they're very wealthy, they buy, Grand Prix finished horses, and then they go out and compete and go, look at me. But I'm not that. I had to buy a yearling. I bought him as a yearling, and the other one I bought as a foal, and I have to do all the work myself, and then get my trainer with lessons and help to develop the horses. So it's harder to develop your own Grand Prix horse, but I find it more rewarding. And I don't have $1 million laying around, so just so you know, These horses you see at the Olympics, those are millions of dollars. The horse that Charlotte Desjardins had at Tokyo, he was sold for £6.5 million. So, yeah, they're out of reach for us humans, us normal working class people. These high-end horses are out of reach, so we have to develop our own. But that's fine. I like the training anyway. Yes, I know. He keeps pinning his ears because he doesn't want me messing with him. He's a little grumpy, a little moody. Yes, he is a little moody. But we have to get his braids done. So this is part of the regular stuff that we do. So hey, let me know where you guys are from. It's interesting. I've had people from Turkey and Germany and some other places watching my live stream. So it's always kind of fun to see where people are from. So put in the chat where you're from, where you're watching from. And let me know if you have horses, or you just like watching horses, or you just like farm stuff, or what's your interest? Where are you from and what's your interest? That should be fun. It's always good to see stuff like that. I watch a variety of different content. I used to be a science teacher, so I do watch quite a bit of volcanic coverage and, you know, storm chaser stuff. I watch a bunch of different topics. But yeah, I'm interested in where you're watching from. He gives me a hard time. Yes. Come here. Come here. Can you guys see okay? Let's see if that's... We're getting the bad lighting in the back, so let me see if I can put you there, if that makes it a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little better, I guess. Yeah, the lighting is, we're just getting the, what light we do have is coming in the south side as the sun is moving over. Getting the evening here. His hair is kind of knotted up a little bit here. It gets bound up because it's been braided, and then I'm rebraiding it in a similar area to where it was, the previous one was. It's been up a little bit. I'm not in any particular rush to braid him, so we just let him munch and enjoy himself. I do need to put his tail up. I might think about putting his tail bag in because his tail's been getting dirty. And we got more rain coming, but it's not urgent. It's not that big of a deal. We just need to clean his mane and tail and eventually put his tail bag back in. That way it'll keep the tail from getting filthy and keep the conditioner on it, make the hair quality improve. It's pretty dry and pretty coarse, so the conditioner helps soften the hair a little bit. And we've got some shampoo and conditioner to use once we start the bathing process again, when it gets warm enough. These guys have such long manes that they, just like Friesians, they stay braided when they're not flowing with their mane everywhere. Come here. Stop. You can see he's threatening me. He gets irritable when I do his braids. There we go. The clip in. It's nice to have, the clip is nice because it holds the hair out of the way, so that way I can work on the section that I've got. I know. And this stuff's tangled up a little bit because it was in a previous braid. You see it gets longer as we get towards the, closer to the wither. Fun. Nobody's put in there where they're from. Yeah, let me know where you're from and what your interests are in the comments. And don't forget the thumbs up and the subscribe thing. And share. Sharing is caring. Share on the socials. Yeah, looking forward to show season. That'll be fun. We've been off since October? October is the last time we showed? Or November? Might have been like the first week in November. So we've had a few months off. And a few shows. We got to try to get we've already got one of our qualifications for Horse of the Year for first level. And we're trying to do first and second level this year. Because like I was saying before, he's going to go after the Horse of the Year show in September. He's going to start learning flying changes and getting ready for upper level work. And then we'll start third and fourth level the end of next year. And then FEI after that, going up to Grand Prix. That's kind of the game plan for the next 2 years. So I'm pretty stoked. But yeah, eventually, I don't think I've shared any of his, I think I shared one clip of his piaffe passage in hand, and it was a very short clip, and I covered the face of my trainer because he doesn't think it's good enough to share. So I just blurred his face out so that way he didn't feel any pressure from anybody. But yeah, I don't have any video of him doing it under saddle except for here at home. We were practicing a little bit and then he got a little tense, so we did a little here. It was not as good as it was at my trainer's. But yeah, even he had his assistant get on him. When were we over there? Monday we had a lesson. So he had his assistant get on him to ride the piaffe passage because she's better at it than I am, and he can be kind of strong, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing. So he had her get on, and she was impressed. She said, "Wow, that's really good." And I was so pleased because he's trying really hard to actually do it, and that's what's so impressive because he's usually giving me the middle finger. So to see him trying has just been a complete change in his behavior. It's just taken so long to get to this point, but very rewarding to see it when these harder pieces start coming together. And yeah, it's been really good. And he's learned that, evasions and kicking out and rearing and all that stuff aren't going to get him anywhere. So actually doing the in-hand work has been fantastic in getting him past his attitude. So that's probably why they started a little younger with the Spanish horses. They start them at like 3 and 4. We didn't start him till 5. But he's doing really, really well. So super, super happy with his work. And he's teaching him to lift his front legs for the passage to get a fancier passage. It takes time. I mean, they have to develop quite a bit of strength in their core, like all down here in their core, in order to be able to lift legs and to be able to have the strength to do all that collected work. Because they have to rock back on their hind end and shift the weight to the hind leg and free up the front. So what happens is the shoulders rise as the back end drops a little bit. It's really so much fun. And it's weird because you don't really feel anything in the piaffe. There's no real movement in the piaffe. It's just they're standing still and they're moving their feet, and you don't feel much when you're sitting on it. So it's a really different feeling. Quite interesting. And the passage has got quite a bit of suspension, and the shoulders come up, and it's got a lot more movement. But the piaffe, you don't feel anything. Just the feet are moving underneath you. It's really cool. Very cool. Okay. There we go. Another handful. So he's got so much mane, so that's why I do it in like my hand section. So that way we don't have like 50,000 braids up here. Because I could make them smaller, but then we'd have twice as many. That'd be a bit much. So generally 7 to 9 is fine. Let's see what we got in here now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we've got at least 3 more to do. Come here. Oh. Come here. Stop it. You can see when you spray the conditioner on, it makes the hair a little shinier. The hair is dirty. I mean, you can see how much dirt is on my hands. It's pretty dirty. But if I had to go to a show, I could just put some conditioner on them, wipe them off. I did that last year. Put some conditioner on, wipe them off, and go show. Because he's black, so you know, the dirt doesn't show that much. That's the good thing about having a black horse. I didn't want another gray horse. I've had 2 gray horses, and oh my goodness, they take a long time. No, this is a gelding. I do not have any mares. I have 2 geldings. Thank you for asking. This is Leande Oscuro, which means dark legend, and his regular name is Oreo, because he's black and he carries the cream gene. And the cream gene is what produces palomino and buckskin. His father is a Perlino, his mother is a chestnut. So he ended up as smoky black, because you can get smoky black or you can get palomino. And I don't really care for palomino, but a lot of people like them, so that's fine. I just was looking for black, and he was the nicest black one that I had found when I was looking. 5 years ago? 5 years ago? Yeah, about that. 4 years ago? Yeah, he's only 6, so it was about, yeah, it was almost 5 years ago we were looking. And Dwende is a gelding also, and he is solid black. So his mother is black and his father is black. So he only has the black gene. So he is a solid black. And Oreo tends to get this copper shimmer to him. It's kind of what they call bleaching in the summer. So it's because of the cream gene showing through. And then I don't think Dwende is going to bleach as much as Oreo does. Oreo does get this bleaching effect, where I think Dwende won't get it so much because he's a double black. But less than 16% of the breed of PREs are black. So the majority of them are gray, and then he, is one of the 16% that's black. So they're hard to find, and then to find quality with the black color is fairly difficult as well. He is not as heavily built as Dwende. Dwende is more of a show horse. He's more of higher breeding quality than Oreo. But Oreo's sire is doing a lot of breeding. He's a Perlino, so they're just having a Perlino at birth. They're like $30,000 as a foal. They're very highly sought after. People will pay ridiculous money for them. I don't really care for them. The Perlino and the Perlino is not big on my to-do list, but people like them because they produce all these dilutes and colors and whatever. And people like interesting colors, I guess. I mean, I like black and gray, but whatever. So anyway, that's him, and his sire is in Nevada. He was a imported stallion, had quite a few breedings before the person that has him now got him. And last I knew, he was doing third level. So he's a breeding stallion, and he's also competing in dressage. And his movement is quite nice. His mother had really good movement too. That's why I bought him. I saw the videos of his mother and his sire. And so the quality was definitely there. Plus his mother is double line bred on Leviton, which is another very famous dressage horse in Spain that was bred quite extensively. And so I knew there was potential. His dressage potential score for his genetics, they have all these numbers and everything in the breeding side of PREs. His potential for dressage is 92, so it's pretty good. Dwende's is like 110 or 115, so it's quite a bit higher than Oreo's. And with Dwende, I went by his sire, the breeding, and the dressage potential, and the way that the structure was rated and evaluated, because I saw quite a few people that had foals, but they had consistent faults that I didn't want. So I didn't want high repeat faults like over at the knee, and just their conformation, because I wanted something that was very well put together with correct conformation. And he's actually pretty good. He doesn't have any really big high repeats. He's much finer built than Dwende, and they do like him a little more substantial. And I wanted one that was a bit more substantial, so we went that direction with more of a higher breeding quality foal, even though we don't breed. Both of them are geldings. I gelded him after I started him under saddle as a 3-year-old, and mainly because being in the warm-up at dressage shows, people are not very aware of their surroundings, and if you're on a stallion, it could go bad very quickly for me and for the people around me. So I didn't want to take the chance of having problems at the show, so I gelded him. But I wanted to make sure he had growth before I gelded him, because I wasn't quite sure if I was gelding him, so I kind of waited. Wanted to make sure that he developed and was mature and grew and filled out before I gelded him. And Dwende is so big when the testosterone started to come in. We are done, young man. He started to rear, as stallions will do, and I decided I was too old for that. And because also I don't breed. And he's still going to mature, and he's still going to be, you know, a very substantial horse. I gelded him. Because, yeah, I don't have time for that. Let me brush his tail. Let me get your tail, young man. I can see some areas that we didn't do such a great job on your clipping. Yeah, such is life. Yeah, your tail's a mess, too. And it's just dusty because of the sand. They've been rolling in the sand and having a good time, which is fine. He's a horse at the end of the day. He can do whatever he wants in his leisure time as long as he doesn't hurt himself. It's kind of my agreement with him. Do what you want as long as you don't hurt me or hurt yourself. All right, let's go back here so we can get his tail. Let's see, this side needs to come up. There we go. There we go. All right, so yeah, anyway, if you have questions, let me know. I'm just going to finish up his tail here. He's got hay in it, and, you know, it's kind of messy. I like to start at the bottom of the tail and work my way up. That way, if there's any knots, I can work them out at the bottom. It's funny, my hairdresser's really big onto starting at the bottom, not at the top of the hair. There you go. Fun, fun, fun. But, yeah, so there's his tail. Just trying to work the conditioner through. There we go. And we can start working our way through the tail. It's quite thick. It's pretty coarse, and it's quite thick. He's doing good. He's just chilling. He's had his... Oh, you gonna go back and eat some more, or what are you doing? No, don't eat that. He's messing with my hair clip thing that I was using over there on the mounting block. I guess he's gonna eat again. Work our way through the tail, get all the debris out. You can see it's pretty dirty here near the... It's got a lot of oils in the tail. You can see the difference where all the oil and the dirt is, close to the dock of the tail. But that gets taken care of when we get to bathing season. We put a really good clean into them and shampoo and conditioner, and we'll get all that oil out of there, and the dirt and stuff that gets caught up on the hair, we'll get all that out. But it doesn't really matter right now because we're just training. I mean, if I had people, I could have somebody, you know, spend their time bathing him and doing all that stuff. But it's just me, so I don't mess with stuff if I don't have to. Just, I get him, you know, groomed, and then I can stop. I can bathe him when the temperatures are favorable. Don't need to worry about that right now. Ooh, got stinkies. There we go. Look for its tail. And there we go. Oops, which way are we going? That way? No. Put it back over here. There. There he is. all your hair. Pick all this up, pick this up, put everything away. Dwende's hair. Ugh. Mess. The rest of your hair. Dwende's hair. So what do you think? You like the braids? Does he look pretty? Yeah, what do you think? You look pretty? I think he looks pretty. See? Got his tail all done. Got it all brushed through. I'm going to put his jacket back on and then put him to bed. And it will be done for this evening's grooming. Yes. And then tomorrow I think we're going to try to ride. He's had 2 days off because I wanted to give him a couple days off because the weather's not been terribly nice. And stop. He's threatening me. That's what that is. He's not happy about getting his jacket back on. Stop. So that's that difficulty that he has that we've been working through. As my trainer said, he's been abusing me. He's been abusing me. But he's gotten better. Not as abusive as he was. Huh, monkey. All right, you are done. You are done. You can go back to your house. Come on. Back to your house. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come here. I don't know what you see. It is done. And that's what he does. He likes to stand out his curtains. Especially when it's raining. He's like, no, can't. He'll stand there with his head out and he'll look out the door, but he doesn't want to go out. He's really funny. He is funny. All right. Off. Let me open Dwende's door. So Dwende, he was over here making a bunch of noise, so I closed his door. Let's see, this one needs to get down there. Okay. So let me open his door back up. There. Much better. Much better, yes. How much hay do you have? You probably need a little bit more hay. He always needs more hay. Never enough hay for the Dwende. Well, go. Dwende, that's enough. And then he closes his door that I need to put his hay into. Very rude. Very rude. There. There you go. Yeah, I know. Stop, stop. He's always doing that. He's closing the door that I have to put the hay into on that side. Annoying. What are you doing? You being rude? You need more hay too. Let's stay hungry when they came back in from playing. Stop. 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 That's enough. That's enough. Hey, that's enough. There, you done now? So demanding. I'll clean up the hay over here and give it the rest of it to Oreo. Here you go. Oreo. There you go. All right. That. All right. That is the end of our work this evening. Dwende's happy he got some more hay. As you know, that's what he lives for. Stuff his face. As long as he's stuffing his face, he's happy. Watch him for a minute, and then I'm gonna finish up and let you guys go for the night. All right, I think we're good. I think we got everything. All right. Well, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Dwende and Oreo appreciate it, and thanks for coming and watching the channel. Don't forget, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have like 60% of the people that watch my videos and streams are not subscribed, so just look below the video, and if you see the subscribe button, if you wouldn't mind, just click that. That'd be awesome. Make sure you hit the like button. That helps it out, and share the video. Share it with your friends. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming. We're going to sign off for the night and watch for my next 24-hour live stream. You'll see this video will be included, and some other live streams that I do will be included. And I might include our freestyle that we do in 2 weeks. So you might get a chance to see that before we get it out there into the regular classes. So thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Track left. I think it's track left. And then you go down here. I don't know. All right. Hold, please.
That's why we got all these animals, for cheap entertainment.
Yep. Playing King of the Stairs today.
I get real estate.
Hello. Sound check. Hopefully everything's okay. Let's do a sound check. It looks like everything's fine. So anyway, thanks for coming. Don't forget to do the like, comment, and subscribe thing down below. This is Oreo, and we have just finished riding. And I'm just getting ready to do some grooming and get packed for our lesson tomorrow. Yeah, I know the hair's a mess. That's what it looks like when you take the helmet off. The helmet keeps the brain intact. All right. So I've just got some grooming stuff to do with Oreo, and we're going to get that set up here shortly. It involves hair and clippers. So I've got some clipping to do. So these are my clippers. They're Henninger clippers. Anyway, they'll take all the hair off of the hairy horse. My trainer's been giving me a hard time about all his hair, huh? I know, we gotta get all your hair fixed. Get all your hair fixed. All that's gotta come off. That's gotta come down to there. And he's so funny, my trainer. He's like, you get some chalk and you draw a line. And I'm like, yeah, I can't be bothered. I just wing it. And then we have a clip that doesn't look so perfection, huh? I know, it doesn't look the best. But you know what? I don't care. It makes you comfortable removing the hair. That's all that matters. So I'm going to get the blade cleaners in here. Because all the other hair that we've removed. Okay. The blades. So we're going to take some of the hair off underneath. He said the front legs were okay, so we're going to leave that. We're going to take the belly hair off. Okay, very good. There we go, and just like that. Hair comes off. Yeah. Obviously the hair that's a little wet is not going to cooperate. Delicately tease it off. Hello. Thanks for coming. I am taking some hair off of my horse. Don't forget to do the like, subscribe thing. Whoops. Don't trip. I gotta get some more blade cleaner because he's damp from riding. We just got finished riding. Oops, don't step on the cord, please. Move over. Thank you. So I have to put some blade cleaner on, and I loosen the tension on the clippers, and then I spray the blade cleaners in here. And there we go. Put the tension back on, and then we go back over here and take the hair off. Oh, yeah. So I'm just taking the belly hair off. You're fine. Nice tickly. Nice tickly. Nice tickly. It's a rescue run when you're working by his hind legs. And then I was going to take these down to the hock. Anybody watched a horse get clipped before? I don't think a lot of people have seen clipping. But anyway, we're taking his hair off. We're removing the hair so he's more comfortable because he's in full work and he gets sweaty. And we're trying to keep the sweat down. Taking the hair off. And I'm by no means a great clipping person. Do the best I can. I'll get my head kicked in. A little better. Get down to this hock area. Get this a little better. Just a little better. So we're going to flip you around to the other side. We're going to clip his other side, the belly part, and try to even out his hocks. Probably going to have to use the small clippers for that. Okay. Let me move you over here so you can see the other side. So this is what we did here. So we took the belly hair from here down, took that off. We're going to do that on the other side. There we go. It's a little crooked. Okay. Yep, so we'll do that on this side. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take that belly hair off and then clear up his hocks. And I'm going to get the clippers. Spray it again. So these are the clippers. I'm just tightening the tension so that way we can get in there and clip. You see what we're doing? Let's move you a little bit. Okay. You see what we're doing now? And so we're just gonna, oops, go down here. Hung up. All right, I have to clean these again. They're getting hung up. So spray some more cleaner in. Loosen these up. I need to take the blades off and clean inside. It's getting junky inside with hair. So loosen these up and then spray it with the cleaner. Good, I'm glad you're enjoying it. So we're going to go back to taking hair off. I do a lot of stuff in the barn. I don't always record it. So figured I'd do a live. That way you can see if you guys like it or not. Obviously with the tension. Better. Hung up again. This one. As I was saying, I'm clipping him because he's in full work. And it makes him more comfortable. He doesn't like having a lot of sweat running down his body. He's really irritated. So by clipping him, he doesn't have all that sweat to deal with. Up again. The blade looks like it's crooked. Let's see if I can fix the blade. The blade looks a little crooked. That could be why it's not clipping. Well, it's not. Slightly off. Let me get the adjustment tool. Get this cleaned out. Of course, it's loaded with hair on here. There's little vents here. So I just cleared that side. That side's full of hair. That is not helpful. Take that off. So Oreo is a coming 6-year-old pure Spanish horse. And we do dressage training. And he is starting to do all the learning the more advanced collection work this year. Yes, yes, boring, I know. Boring. All right, so I'm gonna loosen these bolts here. Just the clipper blade because it looks like it's crooked. Hey, shh. I might have to go to the bathroom. He gets impatient when he has to go to the bathroom. Oh, yeah, there's quite a bit of hair inside there. So let me clean this out. Oops. Yeah, there's quite a bit of hair in there. Yeah. It's all jumped up in here with hair, and then it doesn't cut very well. So if you watch any sheep shearing, they use Henniger tools also for shearing sheep with different blades, but same sort of concept. All right, let's put our blades back on. We cleaned all the junk off. Oh, it's pretty junky. Okay, we look like we're a little bit more. Oops. Oh, looks like it's a little better. We'll see. It was pretty dirty, so hopefully that'll help make it run better. These tend to get kind of warm, so you know, gotta use the clipper, the blade solution, the cooling solution that I spray on there. It keeps them cooler and running longer. Okay, all right. All right, that sounds a little better. Put my tools away. Okay, now I'll get my spray. Tighten it up. Let's see what we got. Yeah, much better. Yeah, so that's the way it's supposed to cut. Just slides over the horse and comes right off. Still getting a good view? Okay, yeah, you can see what we're doing. Some hair stuck in here. You can hear it making a different noise. It starts getting bound up. right. Tighten back up. Address telling me that I'm happy. I got most of them done. I just got to do that other hop. All right. I got most of that done. Let's see if I can get it hot. There we go. Okay, so this is the top. So I'm going to try to get down to here. This is why you have to keep your head on when you're down here. Pretty good. It's behaving nicely. Yeah, I know, I see. Alright, so did we get it all? Here. I'm going in from this side to do the offside leg. That way I'm out of the danger zone. I need to go around the other side and make sure I got the height the same. No, I didn't. I need to bring this one. Oh no, I did. Okay. Up over here. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Alright, so I got the hocks down to that part. Let me get this cleaned up. I need to touch up his face. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Got the whole belly. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm not going for perfection. We're going for utility. So, does it work? Yes. All right, let me put this away. We'll get the face ones, the smaller ones, because he got irritated last night, so I didn't get all of it finished. So, get this put away. All right. Let's get your face. All right, so these are the smaller ones. We have to do his face. Should probably back these off. Okay. All right, so I need to tidy up his face because first thing my trainer said, why does he have goggles? Well, yeah. That's as much as he would put up with, huh? That's as much as you would tolerate. Let's get your hair out of the way. Yeah, let's get your hair out of the way. Apparently I missed something down here. You missed some of that down there, huh? You did. You missed some of it. Come here. Can you see? Yeah, you see a little bit. So I have to be kind of delicate here. Around his eyes. I don't want to hurt him. The light is difficult because he's so dark. Eyebrows. I'm saying I'm doing your eyebrows. Try not to. As easy as I can. His eyes. Feel better? Feel better. Okay. Yeah, it's a little better. Tidied it up a little bit. I know, you didn't like that yesterday. I know. I'd like to get it even. I'm just trying to get it even. This is what happened yesterday, which is why it's not even. All right, let me put you on the other side, and I'll get his other eye. And while you're here, don't forget to do the like and share and subscribe thing. There we go. Yeah, don't forget the like, comment, and do the subscribe thing. You never know what we're doing. But I figured, why not? We'll do a live while I'm in here doing some grooming. You guys have seen me, or those of you that are new here may not have seen it, but you've seen us doing our braiding, and then this is the clipping. I know. Trying to get it even. I know. Stopped last night and didn't get too close to his eyes because I didn't want to irritate him any more than I had to. See, he's being very good. He's being a very good boy. Putting up with everything that I'm asking him. He'd rather be eating his hay or doing something else. But he's saying, okay, I'll play your reindeer game. How's that? Yeah, is that better? I'm gonna try not to stay in that area too long. Okay, let's see if we can go. His eye. Yeah, that was too bad. That wasn't too bad. Oh, he's being very good. He's 5 years old, and he's first time I've done this amount of clipping on him. Actually, this first year I've done any clipping on him. And this is the first time I've ever done around the eyes. And he's being very, very good. Very good boy, yes. Josh didn't like his goggles, so I had to take the goggles away. There we go. How's that? Does that look better? What do you guys think? I have a better perspective of it than I do. There we go. Did I miss it? Oh, I missed some down here. Oh, it's amazing what my trainer sees. Oh, you missed this. Why'd you miss that? Why'd you... I didn't see it at the time. We have a lesson tomorrow, so I'm making sure I'm getting all the areas that I omitted. I think he quite likes it, actually. I think he finds it therapeutic or something. He just stands here and starts to fall asleep. I'm not complaining. That's like the best reaction you'd ever want. It's amazing that he finds it relaxing. And better than the alternative. I think we got everything. What do you think? Think if it's better? I got most of it around his eyes. He doesn't have big goggles. I think we got all of that. Yeah, I think we got it all. I think he doesn't like his ears groomed. So I'm trying to stay away from those. And I make sure I get the hair along the bridle path because that's where it tends to get sweaty. Yeah, from when we're working. So I'm trying to keep all the sweat off of him, so that way he's not irritated when we're working. There we go. A little bit of hair off of that. I don't know. I think you look pretty good. Get your hair out of there. Oh, I think it's flat. There we go. How's that? Huh? Are you happy with that? Are you happier with your cut, huh? Are you happier with that? Does that look better? Well, it's not perfect, but it'll do. I should probably do some more on his back legs, but he's not as thrilled about me working around his back legs. I know. Eventually we're going to take all the hair off of everything, but right now we're just focusing on the main sweat areas when he's working. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I think we're going to call it good on the grooming. Got all this hair on the ground to clean up. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. level this out a little bit. There, it's a little better. Yeah, I like having the tripod. That way I don't have to bend over and, you know, do gymnastics trying to talk to you guys on the camera. I can just set it there and go about my business. It's quite nice. Like that. Now, let me clear these. Let me clean up these clippers. There we go. I got them cleaned. There we go. All right. Well, he was such a good boy. Yes, you were such a good boy. I know. Get you a treat. A treat. These are called A to Z cookies. They're soft cookies, and they're low sugar. And the horses love them. I use them for stuff here and there. So yeah, so that's Oreo. He's chomping on his treat. Yeah, you're happy with your treat? Yeah. I think I got a pretty decent amount off the belly. You get all of it, but I got most of it. I know, we got most of it. And that should make Josh happier, I hope. So then the last thing to do is put his clothes back on because it's going to get cool pretty quickly. And it was 29 degrees this morning. And it's probably going to be close to that again tomorrow morning. Because it's been colder every morning than they said it was going to be. So, gotta make sure we put his clothes back on. So he's got this neck. It's not much, but it's kind of like, you know, a sweater, just to give him a little bit of comfort. So I'm just worried about him getting cold. I think my trainer thinks I'm silly, but I don't like my animals being uncomfortable. So he's got his neck thing, and then he's got a sweater that goes on, and then he's got his sheet that goes on under that. I should probably, he's got a warmer coat, but it's up in the storage, and we haven't used it all winter yet, so I don't feel like climbing all the way up there to grab it. So we just use the sweater underneath the jacket right now. Seems to work just fine, keeps him comfortable. Alright, so we got that, and then this attaches under here. Attaches there. And then let's get his sweater. Put his sweater on. Three layers. Whoops. Oh, that was almost a disaster. All right, so this is his, it's a moisture wicking sheet is what it is. I just call it a sweater because it's kind of like a sweater. And it goes under his jacket and it keeps him comfortable. And if he gets sweaty at all, you know, it takes the sweat away from his body so he doesn't get chilled. I'm just concerned that he'd get chill overnight. It's a little warm for all of this at the moment, but in another half an hour to an hour, the temperature is going to drop significantly. So he'll be happier to